G'day punters, welcome to the mailbag, powered by puntingform.com.au. I love punting form so much. Wouldn't be here without punting form, would we, Peter?
No, in fact, you named one of your children after punting form.
Which one? Lentz, Lenny. Lenny's nickname is Lentz.
I was giving you a
No,
handball there, but no, that's all right. You love punting form that
clarify your
much, you
handle.
named your second born, maybe your third born, you could name after punting form. Formica
The
or Formica.
sectionals, the human stopwatch. What was her name? Kate
Garling Ethel.
Walters. Well, we're going to talk about Carleen later on. It could be a big, big Saturday for Carleen. It's going to be a big Friday night for the mailbag. We're going to focus this show, three-fifths of it at the Valley.
Yep.
That's where we're going to focus most of our betting on the weekend. Jackson Oldham and I in the yard, along with Pistol Pete. Eyes on ponies. Really nice meeting. Always a good meeting. Mornington always is a little bit sort of you don't get excited about going there, but we did win pretty well at this meeting last year, and it looks a bettable meeting throughout, like, from start to finish. We're going to preview races 6 and 7, which are the two listed races at Mornington, and we're going to do race 4, 7, and 8 at Moonee Valley. As always, we would not be here. We appreciate, God bless you, puntingform.com.au. If you want to get a clue, you want to get a little bit better, you want to turn a hobby into a job, puntingform.com.au. Peter, shall we start in race 7 at the Valley?
I think we have to. The Bill Reid, the Group 1.
Well, you told me we had to. I'll just do as I'm told.
Well, that's as you should. All right, market-wise, let's bring it up because we've obviously got a dominant favourite here in Marabi, $1.75, and then you've got a few at a bettable price, I think. Yeah, you've got the
And there's been
astrologist.
some who have been bet, Peter.
Yes, there has. One of those is Generation that opened $26, which, let's face it, was a mistake, and it's now 16. But you've got horses like the Astrologist, the Inferno, Camel Passer, September Run, Jonker. They're all under 20 to 1. So,
Speed map.
yes, that's your starting point, surely.
I think Marabi from 8 probably goes forward and probably leads fence, like 1A. Camel Passer wants to go forward, but probably, I don't think wants to fight with Marabi. Jonko will try, but geez, it didn't work well for her last time it took on Marabi. Drawn 14, I think they have to go forward, but it just sort of kills the horse, I think. Snapper and Generation, and maybe the Astrologist, look to get good runs in behind the speed. I think General Bow will just land right there, thereabouts from barrier 6, like sort of 3 back, 1 off. Good spot to be Valley. Anticipate leaders advantaged slightly, but midfield okay, rear not suited. It's just race 7
Yep.
on an 8 race card. So if we're wrong, you can adjust, right? The Inferno thereabouts, I think Electric Girl goes back from 10, as does Marine 1. They might try and roll 4 Marine 1, but I doubt it. Trekking, September Run, Zuzarella and Hal Volson. We know where they're going to be. They're going to be well worse in midfield. The starting point is Marabi,
Yep.
and I'm not saying it can't win, won't win. I
Nor
just
am
want to
I.
bet around it at the price.
Yep.
It is almost bomb-proof. It's 3 from 3 track and trip, which is a huge tick at this track. Because like a horse like the Astrologist has never seen 1200 in the Valley.
Yeah.
Airborne, but it's a straight track horse at Flemington. So what do you do with that? I think it'll keep drifting. The other horses that are suited this track are Generation, Jonker, Trekking, and particularly Snapper. Now, of those horses, Generation we think is going to get a really nice run. We've said Snapper's going to get a really nice run. Is that me or you with the Laura Keats?
That's you.
Don't mind it. My starting point's Marabi. I'd much rather take half the price or, a quarter of the price these other horses without Marabi in the field. If I was a bookmaker, if you're watching, which I think some of them might, that might be an idea for you for a market for this race to generate some turnover, Marabi out. I think it'll win, but I'm still happy to have a little bit of a bet at 2 horses. Number 12, Generation, who I think is going to coffin behind Marabi, going to get every possible because it's probably going to kick away. It's not going to get held up. And then General Bow's the other horse from 11. You back this at Flemington. I think its best works around a bend. It was very, very good. We both agreed at Flemington.
Yep.
I think it's going to get a great run from 6. It could be a little bit closer than you think. And I think with the good tempo that Snapper, Generation, Marabi, Camel Passer and Jonker are going to create, it's not too far back. And then your horses like Trekking and September Run will savage the line and probably run 3rd and 4th and 5th.
As they always do.
So I'm having something number 12 Generation and number 11 General Boat. Peter, how are you handling this race?
Yeah, it's look, Snapper's actually an interesting horse because it's first emergency, or it's the only emergency. But if it doesn't get a start, I think that
You were saying?
Snapper's probably one of the more interesting runners in this, just purely because it's the emergency. So if it doesn't get a run, that probably helps out a couple of those horses that might be settling there in the first 4 or 5. So we'll have to wait and see if anything else comes out. Look, I agree with what you said. Morabi is bomb-proof, and if you take her best figure, well, she wins this, doesn't she? But that's not exactly how it works. And, you know, it has been a long prep, and they've been handling her as well as anyone, as the Mar Oostis team tends to do. But Generations figures at the Valley are as good, if not better, than Morabi's. Drawn the gun spot for Jay Carr, just praying for the rails to be in play there tomorrow at Moonee Valley. I've got Generation marked single figures. I think it's an outstanding play. More than happy to have a decent crack there. The one horse that's got a little bit of different form coming down from Sydney is Standout. I thought it was really good there last start. Both of its starts is prep. I think you can make some excuses just given the ground it's been in. And I suspect it might appreciate getting back onto a firmer track. So for me, good bet Generation, something Standout. If Morabi wins, so be it. But, you know, I've got it marked around $2.20 or so. I don't think I'll be seeing anything around that. But we'll just wait and see how the day unfolds. It's a nice little race.
Yeah, it is a good race outside the favourite.
Yeah.
It probably just wins, doesn't it? Where's the next race, mate?
Let's go to race 4, which is the Sunline. In terms of the market, look, Flying Mascot $1.70, Barbarator $3.80, Quantum Mechanic $8. That's your market.
Pretty boring speed map here. I think Flying Mascot leads from 3. I don't think Shout the Bar takes it on. Zara won't want to take it on. You know, Zara rides his horse. Damien Oliver rides his horse. They don't like going fast. So I think they will let Flying Mascot do it at once. Barbarator will be right there. Maybe sits outside Flying Mascot.
Yeah.
If Shout the Bar crosses Flying Mascot and Flying Mascot's coffin, scary. But I don't think it will. Bonvicini's going to get a really nice run. Quantum Mechanics airborne, just in a tough race. Groovy Kind of Love, well backed last start, wasn't it? It's sort of backed all the time, bound to win at the back with it. I think it's open shut. Flying Mascot is seriously impressive. Very much suited to 600 metres. Airborne, bull train, 1 from 1 track and trip. I can't find a reason to bet around him. There's chaos and big time, you know, horses that can sort of spike in the William Reid. This looks a lot simpler to me. I'm more happy to take the price Flying Mascot. They're the same sort of price, $1.70 of each. So if you're a thrill seeker, definitely have a little bit of Flying Mascot Morabi action in the all up. But I think Flying Mascot can anchor your multis all weekend long. You know, you might want to have the Roosters to cover the line in the NRL, something like that.
I've got the Saints.
Also, I thought Carlton will cover. I think Carlton with against the points, 14.5 points against
the Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sort of cheering because I want to see Bevo have a tantrum. I hope someone leaks some team news.
Yeah, it would be great, wouldn't it? Be good narrative.
Tom Morris is in his cave bunker somewhere, just trying to find someone.
Just waiting, biding his time.
He's probably getting their NFTs.
Yeah. Great. The other great game. Yeah, I can't really add anything. I agree. I'd much rather take the $1.70 Flying Mascot than $1.70 Morabi. Except I'll have it into an all-up with the Saints to cover against Freo. There's plenty of rain forecast this weekend. There's a cyclone just off the coast of WA, so I'm praying for as much rain as humanly possible.
Is the knife back for Freo?
It doesn't matter. They don't look that potent this year, like in terms of their goal scoring. They might struggle to blitz sides, and the Saints were garbage first up, so hopefully
they have to bounce
rebound.
back the Saints after that piss-poor performance against the Pies. Race 8, the Alexandria Stakes. A bit of a chug twister. The Alexandria Stakes over the mile to Group 3 for fillies, 3-year-olds only. Pistol, my man. My map looks like this. Tillingham. Say that 4 times fast. I bet you can't.
It's a shocker, isn't it?
It leads quite the last, I think, can coffin almost from 4 or sit one on one. Beautiful spot. Great map. Ancient Girl rolls forward. Do Sir always on my mind thereabouts. I think Daisies will be back the fence. Maracana, Fortunate Kiss could roll forward. I don't know if they will. They sort of got the same speed as the horses drawn inside them. Bonza Perla and So You See bring up the rear. Now, Peter, where were you when the markets went up for this race? Because my spies tell me you might have been in a venue. You might have been near a facility, a tab facility, and you might have done a bit of damage here. Because this horse, what price did So You See go up? The horse, which I black booked. I don't know why I do it anymore. I'm too honest and too genuine with those things. I think I might have to stop doing it. I don't think I influenced it, but it just, as a punter, it shits you, doesn't it?
Well, so you clearly didn't influence it because it went up $11.
Yeah, fair.
It lasted for 3 minutes apparently at the TAB. I was.
How much did you get on?
No. I think I was still lying around. I was watching something. Oh, The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog nominated for Best Picture. Benedict Cumberbatch, I imagine, probably wins Best Actor off it, but good little character drama directed by Jane Campion, one of the New Zealand's finest, but not for everyone. I think a lot of people find it boring, but that's because they're plebs and they've got Philistines who've got no idea what they're talking about. So, good little Western, if you like a Western drama, Western family drama.
Is that the bloke? Is that got the guy from Friday Night Lights in it? Good chat. We all bit different. Sun's pissed on I. It's amazing we get on so good.
I mean, going back to the race that we're meant to be actually talking about.
Yeah.
Is there any concern that the likely two leaders are Damien Oliver and Ben Allen on two horses drawn wide, that they'll just stroll across, find the position, and then just go as slow as humanly possible and make this race a complete shambles?
Yeah, which might suit the sort of Fortunate Kisses or whoever's in that 3 wide line with the toe. Might be Bonza Perla, who went to win last start and stopped, but it was a big run.
The reason I ask is, So You Say actually jumped pretty well at Flemington, and they just nicked it right back towards last. It was up backsides the whole of the straight. Obviously, everyone saw it. It probably can just sit here midfield with cover and just peel and go past them. And you might get a better price late with J Mott on board. No offence to Jamie, but that's often how some of the markets do this sort of stuff.
No, we're not here to pat people on the arse. It's a fucking Group 3 race. It's not Jamie's go.
Yeah.
So you want to get a bit of a price.
I'm
when you're trusting him.
Yeah, I'm just looking away from inside draws here. With always on my mind, Doser, Daisies. I think they're all going to need that momentum. I'm not sure it's necessarily going to be a momentum race. Conversely, if Ollie nails the tempo up front, this thing from Sydney has gone awful the first 2 starts this prep, but again, there's probably small little excuses there, and I could see it improving sharply. Gaybot up in distance, new track, going the opposite way. It's got a little bit of enigma around it, so I don't know. I couldn't really bet against So You See, I'll put it that way.
I think you're thinking spot on. Ollie's the GOAT, but he's not the GOAT greatest of all time on leaders.
Yeah.
I think it's a real concern for that horse. And then the race shape. I'd be petrified if, say, So You Swing, which is a horse I have backed and suggest you do too, took 100 to 1. If you head to the mailbag.com.au and purchase the grouse product, that's what you'll get as well next time. It's now $71. I still think that's a fair price. But if we're back of Ollie, I think it's going to be a bit of a chink. I hope we're one off. I thought it was pretty good, not suited last start.
That's quite the lass.
Quite the last, number 9. Bright Oak can train. Paddy Maloney's in form. Sorry, Josh, but he is. I think it's going pretty well. I think Ancient Girls flying. That was just a barrier trial for it in Adelaide. I think the Fortunate Kiss form, I'm happy to be against it.
Yeah.
Just slightly. I hate the price, but geez, we've got all these horses coming out of the same sort of style of races, and then we've got fucking Bonza Perla, who's run third to Hitotsu last start. When Hitotsu was absolutely blessed in run, this thing circled via the Flemington, it almost went down the straight. It was that wide. It was enormous. I don't know what they do with it market-wise, 650 right now. But of the horses in the market, I'd have to lean heavily to Bonza Perla. But I have had something on number 9 quite the last at a huge price. I think it's going to run a good race. I agree. So you see's ready to win. First time Valley, J Mott, price. It'll drift back out in my opinion now. Like it's been crunched. And it wouldn't have been a lot of money that crunched it. The big boys will swing it wherever they want to swing it at the end.
Yep.
It is not going to have every possible map-wise. And if he goes back to the fence to save ground and Ollie drops anchor, he's going to be the one pushed right out the back of the surf. So I'd lean to Bonza Perla of the horses in the market, but I have backed quite the last Peter.
Yes, intriguing race to finish the Moonee Valley card. All right, shall we jump to Mornington? We'll start with race 6, which is the Mornington Cup over 2,400 metres. And I'm trying to delay things so I can get to the market. But Pondus is narrow favourite at $2.70 in front of Crystal Pegasus at $2.90. You've got Sacramento at $6.50. Defib, Relate, and Dart are both $8.50.
Always one of the shittest races all year, this race.
It really is.
Pike won it last year on some nonny.
Popper.
Big where's
Popper.
it now? Popper
They're both
Punters
floating
Dreams.
around Sydney.
Yeah, numbers. Turn takers. We deal with a bunch of turn takers here. I think Sacramento leads Curbelo in Costa Ferrante, there or thereabouts. White Hawk, Pondus next. Deduce Dart, Defibrillate, and Crystal Pegasus, the last 3 in run early. It'll probably be some mid-race move because they walk or, some crazy shit will happen here. This is a non-betting race, punters, completely. Pondus, it might be Maccabi Diva off last week, but you don't back it as if it is Maccabi Diva. Let it prove to you it is. It's the horse it's the favourite to win the way I price this race, but it's a non-betting race for me. Deduce Dart came over here with that big wrap, hasn't done anything since. Defibrillate's going pretty well. Crystal Pegasus, very hard to not gapped him last start. I think this is an awful, awful race, and I'm not interested in it.
Nothing further, Your Honour. Race 7.
Good race. What's it called?
The
Hareeba
Hareeba.
Stakes. Last year, I think a pretty good horse might have won this race in the year before. It's always a decent horse, like decent bunch of horses that are maybe going to take that next level.
Yep.
Busy speed map here, Peter. I've got the astrologist leading probably with Great again, but isn't that the Black Seal? Doesn't it need rain?
Yeah.
The Black Seal's drawn 1. Award winner can roll forward. Samson can roll forward. La Mexicana could roll forward, but I don't know what they do from 11. And Jai wide gates, overpriced probably, no value. Not an option. Maritana, thereabouts. Chassis from 3, probably not too far away. I think Senor Fox, Hightail, Vainstream, and Superior and bring up the rear. The astrologist is in on Friday night as well, so if that comes out, the map gets a little bit easier for some of these horses that want to be forward.
Indeed. But it's also the favourite at the moment at $4, so just pay attention to the next 24 hours or so.
The Black Seal, it can't be backed unless it rains.
It has won on good before, but you'd have to think that it's been aimed at the bull, surely.
Suppose. I don't know. I think there's 2 horses here that sort of look betting opportunities, but there's a bunch of horses here that if they're near their best are going to be very, very hard to beat. The horses that have been near their best, if they're near their best, be really hard to beat. So the 12 award winner, the 6 La Mexicana, and the 3 Samson. They're going to be forward and run, you'd think, and they're pretty good when they're right. This is race 7 on a 9-race card. So far, it's just another beautiful day here in the world's most livable, but it's an uphill straight there at Mornington. It could sort of chop out. You never know what's going to happen until you're there. That's why a lot of people avoid it. The goat rides the 2 Signal Fox, the Sydney form. Jackson's keen in. I think he's right. I think he's going to get a really good run behind the speed. I think the horse that's value in this race. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but number 10, Maritana, Carleen Heffel rides. It's 3 from 4 track and trip. It's drawn barrier 6. It already looks a decent map for me now. An astrologist comes out, it's going to get even easier. It could be a car crash, but she could get like that saloon passage and build that good momentum. There's sort of that bend straight, then another bend up the hill. She want to be near the front when that comes to the last bend, but I think she can be. I think she's got a really nice map. If she's pushed out the back and sits outside Ollie like worse in midfield, then, I'd have a tantrum about the 800. But I think the horse is a really good price. It's $14 now. I took I don't even know what we took. Was it 18?
Yeah, don't know.
Bigger price just before. I think I might come for it a little bit. I don't think it's going to start shorter than $10, but I think it can win. I think it and Signal Fox are the two best to have at Mornington at this early stage. And if you're sick, Peter, and I mean real sick, come with me and have the Carly and Heffel all up. Have them both probably each way because we're not 100% convinced Maritana's going to get the job done. But race 3, number 5, Starry Legend, Carleen rides for Johnny Sadler, who... I don't know where he's been, but John is absolutely fucking airborne. So we're going to back Starry Legend to knock off Yulong Defence, and particularly Midwest there in race 3. For anything above 420 is a fair price. Starry Legend, it's 440, 450 right now. So have it into Maritana, have the Carleen all up and pray. And if it gets up, just go and get it around it when she gets back to the mounting yard with me and Jacko.
Carleen, one of the best.
Carleen. Yeah, what a woman.
Just looking at the stats, Carleen for Welsh there, Maritana, 52 runners, 13 winners, 109.5% pot at a winning strike rate of 25%.
Say it, baby, say it.
Led in the Carleen Heffel field pencil. That's all
Let me just get up the jockey stats for Mornington while we're at it. I'm doing this.
Bunnyform.com.
Oh, she's out the top. She's 9.7% profitable at a strike rate of 9.7 from 31 rides. So not awful, Carleen. Full credit to you and full credit to us for backing her. J Mott, who we just bagged, 18.4% profitability at Mornington. So, and he rides at 19.2% strike rate. So he rides his last 100. He's going at 8%. Since 2014, J Mott 12.5% strike rate. Mornington 19.2. J Mott loves Mornington.
How good.
I think he lives down there. That makes sense, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a home game for him.
All right. Well,
in a bit.
That's bloody wonderful. Do you have a best bet as such for the weekend? Is there one that you're really keen to have a decent lash at?
Nah.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do for
Rule
the
number
suit
1,
bet?
baby. Rule number 1, never force it. And just a bit like that. Only because I love you, I'm going to flare up and just try and trounce you. I have thought about going and get it fitted already. The current standings as we head into, there's only 2 Saturdays left. The Suit Bet Cup. Pistol Pete is plus $2, plus $220.
Yep.
Unlucky last week. Real flare. He just got the horse numbers wrong. Should have had the favourite in there instead of Inspirational Girl, and he collects.
Thank you.
I am just trying to... Yep. Plus $4,432. So I'm over 4,000 in front. It's going to be very hard to catch from here. Does that, because I'm winning, do I go first or do you go first here?
No, you have to go first, surely.
Okay. 3, I'm doing the same thing I've done the whole way through except for last week, bit rushed.
Yep.
3 horses, 2, twos and...
Doubles and trebles.
Doubles and
trebles.
trebles.
And a treble, yeah. So 4 combos.
Flying Mascot.
Yep.
Starry Legend, and Signal Fox.
Okay. I'm 200 wins generation at $16.
Oh, that makes me feel a little bit safe. So even if that wins and I lose, I'm still in the game. I'm still in front.
But it leaves me in striking distance.
With all the momentum. I'm literally digging post holes. Oh, he's digging post hole. He's stopping. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my suit fitted. I really am.
I tell you what, though, if General Bo somehow runs over the top of Generation, Marabi doesn't win or something like that, I'll be finding the nearest flight out. I'll just leave Friday night. I'll just be like, I'm gone.
It's tempting sometimes up there on top of the Moonee Valley cauldron just to follow one of your darts off the edge, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. Anyway, on that enriching note, thank you, Jack Dickens. It's been a good preview as always. Thank you to puntingform.com.au. The last man standing, if you haven't entered, your email's been sent. Yeah, we're already
You
into
can't
round
enter.
2. So for those
Yep.
who survived round 1, make sure you look at your email and you get ready for this weekend. Intern George
If
has
you
done
want,
a good job there. So, bits and pieces happening. It's all good.
if you want to race a horse with us, email bloodstock@themailbag.com.au. We've got a really nice, cheaper horse about to come on the market. We got fisted for one from New Zealand through the week, but we've still got a really nice one that'll be racing shortly. And if you're a big boy and want to do big boy shit, there's an Exceeding Excel filly that's got a beautiful pedigree and a beautiful, beautiful girl. Bye for now.